All right, so we are live, and we are here to second. Yeah. So we are here to bring, and a lot of people ask me about having chizuk. Obviously, there's a lot of different rabbis out there. There's a lot of different approaches, different learnings, different actions done, and everybody connects in different ways. So I just want to share with you my perspective, how I look at things, and how I deal with it, so that maybe some of the things that I say might inspire you or trigger you to become greater, a better, better part of yourself, um and to be part of those who bring the redemption, who reveal Moshiach. So first of all, I want to say that this video, whatever we learn tonight, right, should be a dedication for all the souls of our soldiers and all our family there in Israel who already passed away. The souls will have an aliyah, and there's no question that all those souls are pure and holy. Hashem always elevate to the most holy first, to save them, the bigger part of the Jewish people, but it's beyond our understanding. We don't know how it works, and we therefore dedicate our learning to them, to all the innocent people, to the soldiers who are going to fight now in Gaza and who protect the land, police officers too, and that's why we're here. We're here to join their neshamos, to join their fight. We fight. We cannot be physically fighting, and there are many different ways to fight. And that my goal tonight is to make us feel that we are also able to fight in our own unique way. There's no coincidence that the war of Gog and Magog, just like the Vilna Gaon said, it will start on Hoshana Rabbah, at the end of Sukkot, where we do the 7 circles, where with the estrog and the lulav, we are here to we show how we fight. I just want to add, that was the third thing I was looking for. This learning is also for the sake of the people who are kidnapped, that they should be protected and brought back safely home, Bezat Hashem. So on Sukkot, we are showing how we're fighting. We are singing the Hallel that we are fighting the enemy, and we turn in different directions. Sabuni, Gamze, Babuni. Our enemies are all around us, and we fight, and we shake branches like we're fighting like Native Americans, like Indians, doing that war dance before the actual fight. And what do we do on Simchat Torah? We show this is our nuclear weapon. Everybody has the nuclear weapon. Well, you know what we have? We also have a spiritual nuclear weapon. This is called the Torah, the Etz Chaim. And we dance with that. This is our power, this is our protection. So we have to understand that learning Torah is not just a learning Torah. It's not an intellectual or just spiritual pursuit. It's not just to become a better person. It's not just a way to be Jewish. The learning Torah is a weapon of mass destruction against evil. learning Torah is eradicating evil. So one of the things that we don't understand is that when we learn Torah, and that's really coming into a level of awareness, of appreciation. When you learn Torah, says the Ramchal, there's something happening in the world that that is the most powerful force in creation that actually dispels and make evil disappear. So when we learn, we need to have that awareness. When we learn Torah, we understand that there's something here of a nuclear level happening, on the quantum level happening. One of the necessary, says the Ramchal in Derech Hashem, one of the necessary steps for your Torah to become like that is understanding the seriousness of what happens when you learn Torah. It's something that is super powerful, just like we don't understand how a nuclear weapon works exactly, right? I mean, it takes a lot of studies, many years. You have to become a bit of an Einstein, E equal MC square. So too, when you learn Torah, you understand there's something very deep that, big Mikubalim understand how it works, but we on our level understand there's something we rely on the Mikubal, on the Einstein, spiritual Einsteins, that we trust their words, that this works. There's something happened. There's something serious happening here. Understand the seriousness of what we have. Like my Rebbe just said in the shiur, it's not that we have to create something new. Now, what didn't we do that we should do now? What didn't we do before? It's not something new to do. It's something that we already do, but doing with the quality, doing with light, doing it with power, doing with pride, doing it with love, doing it with understanding that it is super powerful. So when I learned Torah and I opened the book, just doing that, and all as I do it, understand, I am uniting forces. I'm bringing down forces into the world. I'm not just opening a novel. When I do this and I start reading and saying those words and understanding the world better, I'm creating an energy it's an iron dome. I'm creating the iron dome. So I think this is the first step, to understand that we need a new level of awareness, right? Every stage in life, right? What do we do through life? Through every cycle, every year, there's another cycle. And again, another level of awareness, and another level of awareness, and another level of awareness, until it becomes so clear. You know what becomes so clear? It becomes so clear that Moshiach is already here. It becomes so clear that Hashem loves me all the way. It becomes so clear that everything that's happening in my life is actually 100% good. I remove all the filters. Like the the famous story of the Baal Shem Tov, with the metaphor of the king that had put 10 barriers, and then he put a little bit of treasures after each barrier, and everybody who comes try to take up the money, but the son, he goes every barrier because he doesn't want the money, he wants the king himself. So and as he goes, and after when he reached there, he realized that all those barriers were illusions. It was just here as a test to show how much what really counts, that it's our love, our desire, what we really want that counts. So now the key, it's normal, and we have to validate those feelings. It's normal to feel scared, to have moments where we feel scared. It's normal to be horrified and to cry when we see the image, when we hear the stories. Hashem is trying to open our humanity, to wake up our humanity, to bring out our anger against evil. how long, how much do we tolerate evil? Not just the evil outside of us, but the evil inside of us too. Inside of us, there is a Hamas. Inside of us, there's an Abraham. Inside of us, there's a Yaakov, there's an Esav. Inside of us, there's an Amalek. Inside of us, this battle out there is to awaken our senses, awaken our emotions. We have been complacent. We have been gone in the habit of life. We have not been connected truly to our emotions, where we really hate evil and where we really love love and we really fight for justice and we stand up against what's not right. We have no problem. Everybody can come. The class is for everyone, so feel free to join. It's for everyone. So what's happening in Israel, it's happening in us, and it's an opportunity to really awaken and to really make a difference, to go to the next stage, to next level of awareness, where our sensitivity, where we are moved to act in a way that we never acted before. To the level of the darkness that we encounter, this is the level of light that we need to, that we can produce. That means if there is that level of darkness, parallel to that, we know, according to Kabbalah, the same level of forces is available on the light level. And we see already it manifesting through what we see, all the stories that are happening. So much good, so much beauty, so much humanity, so much love, so much chesed. So that's the second thing. The second thing is to understand that we have awakened our humanity. We have to awaken and become more sensitive than ever to what's happening, and not to be able not to be afraid to feel. We need to feel. We escape from our feelings. One of the challenge, why is everybody in therapy or should be in therapy today? Because we're escaping our feelings and we're not talking about it. We keep everything inside, especially the men. And we need to not let ourselves being stuck in that just intellectual world, because it's much easier to do with the intellectual. I don't feel my emotions. But Hashem says, no. You are in this world to bring the head down to the heart. How many times do we have to say it before we actually feel it and live it? So now, the third thing is to understand that we have to act, we have to react, and we should not despair. We expected something to happen. We don't obviously never expect the horrors to happen. We never know the level of darkness, but we expected that this war was going to come. We know that history teaches whenever there's a machlok and whenever the Jewish people are not united, Amalek comes and breaks us down and try to wipes us out. It happened with Haman, it happened with Hitler, it happened each time there was division among Jewish people, and that's exactly what happened. Now, we're not saying why it's happening. It goes much beyond, but this is the door that allows the evil to enter much faster than any other door. Why it's happening? Because Moshiach is coming. Why it's happening? Because the redemption process has to give birth to a new world where we are getting rid of evil. We are supposed to be a role model for humanity of how to get rid of evil and show that the Jewish people stand for justice and fight in the name of Hashem against evil. So part of what's happening is not to fall in a state of despair or depression or sadness. Not, of course, we have to cry, we have to mourn, but it doesn't stop there. Any mourning, every cry leads to a higher level of understanding, a higher level of awareness, and that's when we have to be stronger. That's where we have to learn not to fear evil. All the prophets, they all say the same thing. When Moshiach is going to come, there's going to be a lot of evil, and our main job is not to be scared, that to understand there is a bigger plan, there's a picture, Hashem is in charge of everything, Ein Ol Milvado, Gam ki elech begetz hamavet lo irara, ki ata imadi. The only reason I'm not scared is I know with Hashem. If you know with Hashem, like those soldiers, how do those soldiers, those young teenagers, go into Gaza, into hell? How do they have that strength? אנחנו מאמינים למאמינים, ואין לנו על מי להישאל, אלא אבינו שבשמיים. They're not scared because they feel Hashem is with them. That's the strength of the Jewish people. That's the strength we need to fight evil. That's the strength that I have when I fight my inner battle. I know I can fight it and destroy this evil in me because Hashem is with me. That's the only way, because otherwise it's much stronger than me. So I have to have the chizuk. The chizuk comes from Hashem. The chizuk comes from already the miracles we see happening that are here to empower us, to make us feel that He's present in everything that's happening. Hashem loves us so much. And that's what gives us the strength to survive the evil, to survive the horror, to survive all this, because if we don't survive it, it wins. If we don't overcome it, it wins. If we despair, it wins. If we are not fighting it, the evil wins. And therefore, we're all chaylim. We're all fighters in our own way. A Jew is someone who was committed to fight evil. We're all soldiers for humanity. And all that we do for humanity. You know why this happened to the Jewish people? Because we enlisted with Hashem as part of the army of Hashem to fight evil in the world. And this is the message we bring to humanity. Okay? So we need to be strong. We need to be strong for those who are fighting in Israel. We need to do whatever. And each one of us has to fight this war in its own unique way. So I want to give a few different examples of what we can do in order to fight. So right. So one of the things we can do, like I said before, is learning with the intention, obviously, that I think Tzvi, your microphone is on. If you can mute without some noise. Thank you. Thank you. So one of the things is understanding that my learning is a light, like the Ramchal said, that comes from the highest level of Kedusha, and it's like a nuclear spiritual bomb. It literally affects the world and protects us. Okay? We know even that if you just read Torah, the Chumash, we're starting Bereshit, if you just read the Chumash, even if you don't understand it, but you understand there's something powerful happening, just like the Zohar, if you just read it, it brings a light of Kedusha that is the highest level of Kedusha that exists. Okay? Just understanding that. That's for the learning. For praying, my Rebbe recommends to say, obviously, things with more kavana, but to say specifically Oz Yashir, the song, with tremendous joy, understanding that we are waiting for the 10th song, right? 9 songs were said throughout history. Oz Yashir was the first of the 10 songs, it's the 10 levels, and singing with the joy and the understanding that we are awaiting that last and final song when all the Jewish people will be singing together for the at the time of the final victory, final redemption. So sing Oz Yashir. Some people say Perik Shira, which is also great because the song of all creation. But Oz Yashir is specifically already in the Siddur. We said anyway every day, and it's a song Hashem Milchama, Hashem Ish Milchama, and that Hashem is fighting our war, right? We have to be careful that even though we have holy souls going to fight, that we remember that it is Hashem who makes us victorious. The moment we start relying on the IDF awesome force, and yes, it's definitely one of the best army in the world. But you know why it's one of the best army in the world? Because there's Hashem with them, not because they have the most weapons or the most advanced stuff. It's all Hashem and the neshama, the pure neshamas of our soldiers. So so another thing we can say is my Rebbe advice to say Hallel every day without the bracha. You can say a full Hallel every day. Why the Hallel? In the times of war, the halacha is, you can look in the Rambam and in halacha, we used to say Hallel before we go to war. Hallel is and when you read the Hallel, Sabuni Kam Sebabuni no Bishem Hashem Ki Amilam, we fight the enemy in the name of Hashem. It's a reminder of how we're meant to fight. It's a sending a tefillah of going to war, of fighting against evil, and already celebrating the victory that is to come. You know, like you have that law of attraction. You project that we're going to be successful. You bring positivity in the world. Okay? Now, let's remember, like the Baal Shem Tov says, that the intention you have when you pray is so important. Therefore, you need to understand what you say. Don't say just with, the words in Hebrew like that. Read it in English, use a translation, use interlinear. Today, they have everything translated. Understand what you say, said with kavanah. Your prayer with kavanah is literally a missile. Each time, one of the things that I love to do is I have the alert on my phone, the red alert for all the missiles. I would say missiles, all the bombs that are thrown into Israel. So whenever I hear a bomb, I also send a bomb. I say one Tehillim right away, because that Tehillim is like an iron dome. It takes the bomb and destroys it and brings it away. As many as they're going to throw, I'm also going to throw with my mouth. The power of the human being, the power especially of the Jew, is his mouth. We don't understand how much what comes out of your mouth, especially with your heart and your kavana, it sends energies that we cannot see. Just like you have radio waves. Nowadays, we know that just what you think goes out of your mind, like radio waves and wireless connections, right? And that's as powerful, if not powerful, than anything that is sent physically, all those bombs that they send. So all those rockets, you can also send the rockets with your words of prayer or Tehillim. So that's one thing you can do. When you say Shema, when you say Shema Israel, try to take the time when you say Echad. People sometimes they go very fast. Say Shema Israel, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. Let the Echad become a real one. All the Mikubalim, they all say you try to stay with that Echad until you feel that really there's nothing else than Hashem in the world. All the evil, all the good, everything is from Hashem. There's nothing else. You stay with that Echad until you don't feel like there's nothing else. There's nothing else in your mind. There's nothing else in the world. There's nothing else in your heart than there's just Hashem, nothing else. And therefore, everything is good. Hashem Elokeinu, the power of judgment and the power of Rachamim, of mercy, are all one and the same. Understand that everything is bringing us to Geula. So stay there. Don't rush into the prayer without actually feeling it. Feel that unity. The Ramchal says that everything that Hashem does is for the Yechud Hashem. Everything is for the purpose of creating unity. And where more that we're going to create the unity than here and then here. Feel that unity. I can imagine Hashem Echad, but do I feel it? If I just think, it's not enough. People think a lot of things, but until I feel it, it's not real. So when you say the Echad, make sure that you bring down that thought into your heart, that you feel it, that everything around you is Hashem. There's nothing else. All the people, all the army, all the forces, all the countries, all the physical is nothing else. All an illusion is all Hashem. Everything is the act of Hashem. Okay. Now, another thing. Now, I want to actually bring something because that's very important that my Rebbe brought. Even though when the sun is all Hashem, we have to make sure that we don't fall into the trap in thinking that what I do doesn't matter. Hashem wants our Bechira to be used in those times. Part of our Bechira is to realizing that it's all Hashem. But Hashem wants us to do Hishtadlut. Hashem wants us to do some kind of action. He wants us to be proactive. So we need to make sure, we should try to make sure that I understand whatever I do matters. Because Hashem created with that soul, with that power, that soul which is a piece of God, that is given power to make a change in the world through your prayers, through your actions, through your thoughts. So we have to make sure we stay aware of that. Now, another thing is, and that's everybody says, of course, that's one of the most important things. Try to say that every morning. Try to eradicate, just like we have to eradicate any terrorist from Gaza and everywhere in Israel, everywhere in the world. You have to eradicate any evil in your body. Any evil against any hatred against anyone in your body is like having terrorists in your body, in your heart. You need to remove it completely. So try to make sure you're done lechavsrut. You don't look down of people. Yes, people make mistakes, all that. You also do mistakes. You forgive yourself even though you do mistakes. So forgive the others if they do a mistake. Understand everything is a teaching, everything a lesson, everything is good. Doesn't mean we shouldn't protect ourselves when someone does bad. But understand it's part of the plan, and you should not let hatred come in. There's a difference between hating and disagreeing and protecting oneself. Okay, it's not the same. Try to see good, like Rabbi Nachman of Breslov says, try to see the good in you and try to see the good in everyone. Find the good. Everyone has some good. So that's our work on as chinam, on loving each other, unity. The unity brings us back to from the machloket, and that's how we become invincible. Is our iron dome of ahavas chinam. So when you go to shul, when you go to pray, when you go to the supermarket to buy before Shabbos, don't start judging people. Don't start when you see how people are dressed, people are religious, more religious, less religious, kippah, no kippah. We're all one family. There's no, I cannot allow myself to feel higher than others. I cannot allow myself to feel better than others. Hashem gave you the gifts. If without those gifts, you'll not be better than anyone else. It's not about how religious we are. It's not about how much of a Talmid Chacham I am. It's not how smart I am. It's all about how much I respect everyone around me, how much I have love and respect and understanding for everyone around me. There's no Jew who is going to do something wrong because he wants to do something wrong. When we do something wrong, is because we're in pain, because we're suffering, because we're angry, because we got abused, because of trauma, because we don't want to do this. We're not born like that. There's no baby who wants to take drugs. There's no baby who wants to do evil. There's no baby who wants to hurt someone else. We got hurt and people react and act badly later because of that. Go beyond what you see. That's part of the Anechab Zchut. Understand that is good, everybody has a little baby in them that is pure, that's their soul, the inner child. Love that part of them. Understand, go find this child, the innocent child in them. What you're gonna do, another idea of what you can do to fight is what can I do in your personal free times that usually don't do. If usually, I watch, Netflix, or I play games, or I use more of your free times. We all need to relax. Sometimes we all need to, be balanced, but find something that you can do during your free time that usually don't do. Pray a little bit more, learn a little bit more, do a chesed, help at home more, something that bring you out of your comfort zone, something that you do that is more than just natural. As my Rebbe was saying, is the idea of the neshama. When we do something that brings us out of our comfort zone, is connected to our neshama, to make sure that when neshama is controlling the goof. Again, so we're trying to control evil. We're trying to eradicate evil. The only way to do that is when the spiritual forces become in charge of the physical. When you do something out of your comfort zone, that your neshama say, I'm going to learn now, I'm going to pray now, I'm going to help now, I'm going to do some good in the world, then you're telling the body, I'm in charge. The body, the material, becomes subservient and becomes elevated through what the neshama wants to do. So what do you do now different than before the war, during your free time, that you do in order to fight the physical, the evil in the physical, to fight the natural, to fight complacency, to fight boredom, to fight Hamas and the evil, because it's all connected. Now, another thing is obviously all the things that enables us to bring more unity. So, for example, all the things that you see, people send money, tzedakah, for the soldiers, for food, for I know there's things that happen that they had volunteer therapists and psychologists for the war. Some people gave free cars for soldiers to be able to go down. Some people gave free free food, everything, incredible things happening that shows the unity. What can you do? We can all do something. Okay, so that we just have to come with more ideas, but it's something that you will find to do that is unique to yourself. As my Rebbe was saying, you got to find what's your own light, what it is that you're giving. So for example, me, a rabbi, I will try to inspire people and try to give chizuk to people. Or a therapist will try to heal the people who are traumatized. And you have your own light. What is your own light? Do you know your own light? Do you own this, your own light? This is part of the Moshiach. Let's understand that Moshiach ben Yosef said the Vinagon in Kol HaTorah. He says, each one participating in that fight, in the redemption, is part of the ladder of Moshiach. We all part. We can be part of Moshiach's light. Moshiach ben Yosef. We can all be part of that, and we can bring Moshiach ben David. But you have to believe this is possible. You have to believe that even as a human being, I'm so powerful, I'm so important because Hashem gave me that gift that I can spread light. I can bring goodness into the world. This is your powerful greatness. So that's a way to find yourself, to find your own Moshiach ben Yosef inside of you, to bring your own redemption. What makes you shine? What makes you feel happy to help? What it is you want to bring into the world. So I want to remind something that I mentioned before is, let's remember that we need, everything that we do is really in the name of Hashem. I'm not doing things for myself. I'm not doing things just because I want to be a tzaddik, I want to be a good person. Everything is for Hashem's glory. I want to do things not for Olam Haba, not because I want to be just a good guy. You know why I'm doing what I'm doing in the world? Because I want Hashem's glory and power and love to be recognized throughout the world. This is all the Mikubalim, all the big rabbis, big rebbes, they all say the same thing. We have, the reason we do that is because we want Hashem to be seen, which means that we want love and goodness or the light to be seen into the world, that people understand that there is Hashem in the world and that everything is for the purpose of good, everything is for the sake of love. We want everyone to recognize God. Everything that I do, you know why I do it? I won't do it only, my motivation should be only that I do that for Hashem. You know why we want Moshiach? We don't want Moshiach for ourselves. For ourselves, I don't want Moshiach. I'm not finished. I have so much to work on myself. But for Hashem's sake, who every day people spit and curse in the name of Hashem, no. I don't, I'm ready to forfeit even my own work, because at the end, it's all for the sake of Hashem. That's why we want Moshiach. Not for us, for the sake of Hashem. So, and by the way, even when Moshiach comes, we'll still have to work on ourselves, whatever we didn't fix. It'll be much easier because everything will be very clear. But we'll still have to, if I'm an angry person, when Moshiach comes, I still will have to stop being angry and learn to be humble. You know, sometimes people think, oh, when Moshiach comes, I'm be purified and be a tzaddik. No, it doesn't happen like that. There's no magic. Everything will be easier and more clear, but you're still going to have to work on yourself to purify yourself from all the dirt that we still have in us, that we accumulated throughout the years and lifetimes. So that's our agenda, that we fight in the name of Hashem. We keep in Hallel, we keep repeating Beshem Hashem, Ki Amilam, it's all in the Beshem Hashem. That's how we succeed. If I do it personal, it doesn't work. Now, I want to finish with one main idea that I spoke a bit before about humanity. We have, and my Rebbe actually mentioned it. Our job, we have to re-identify. We need to rejuvenate. We need to understand again what is our mission as Jews. The mission of the Jew is not to have a Jewish people and just be so religious and be from and pray and learn all day. That's not why we're here. The only reason there's a Jewish people is because there's non-Jewish people. If there was no non-Jewish people, there will be no need of a Jewish people. The only reason we chose to be Jewish, the only reason we converted, because every Jew is really a convert. We all come from Har Sinai, we were all converted. The reason we are Jewish converts and we became Jewish and we've made that choice at Mount Sinai or later, is starting with Avram, is because we accepted the mission to bring all the non-Jews, all of humanity, all of the souls that were in Adam HaRishon back to Hashem. This is what we're fighting for. We're fighting for humanity. The Jewish people are Am Segula. What's a Segula? There's a problem. I use the Segula to fix the problem. I use the medicine to fix the problem. The Jews are the fixing problem for humanity. The Jews are not the fixing problem for the Jews. We have to understand we serve a purpose. The reason you're alive as a Jew, you were born with that Jewish soul, is to bring light to the nation. Or la goim. Not all la Yehudim, also la Yehudim haisa ora besimcha. But the ultimate goal, says the prophet, is to bring light into the world. We're here to save humanity, to bring light to humanity by making them see that is a God, by making them see what life is about, that there's a purpose to life, there's meaning to life. Hashem told Moshe, go teach the 7 mitzvot Bnei Noach to the non-Jews. Go teach them the light. The Gemara says the non-Jew who learns Torah, the Torah that is allowed to learn, is greater than the Kohen Gadol. We have forgotten why we're Jewish. We are Jewish because we're here to fight evil in the world for the sake of humanity, not just to survive as a Jew in this world and do our religious stuff. All this has a higher purpose. We're here to bring light to all the nations, that everybody should recognize that is God and that we can all have a relationship with him, and that really all of the world is one big family. The Jewish people are just Beni Reshit, we're the Bechor, we're the firstborn. We are here to lead and bring our brothers and sisters back to the right path and teach them. We're the teachers of humanity, to bring them back to realization that we're really all one. Everything's connected. So that's why we're here. That's what we need to reveal to the world. That's what our fight is for. That's why we're doing everything that we do. And that war is part of that. We need to realize that this is really what we're trying to establish here. So this is a bit what I wanted to, give over to give you chizuk to awaken us to be really the best of who we can be, and to realize the power that we have to make a change, how much change we can make, and really what I'm living for on an everyday basis is just that now with the war, it's an opportunity. We have to take that opportunity to awaken ourselves to the higher purpose that we have as Jews in this world. So I hope that you understood what I was trying to say, and that you get inspired and you stay strong, and that we can heal each other from all the pain, and and that we can bring all our soldiers and our kidnapped people, brothers and sisters, back home safely. Any questions? No? Okay. I hope or you understood everything or you didn't understand anything. Be'ezat Hashem, we should be able to experience the Geula this year, Be'ezat Hashem, and understand that Moshiach is already here. It's just a matter of seeing it and seeing that the good is happening, that Moshiach's times is bringing redemption, all the step of process. We know we always give the example of a woman giving birth. Woman giving birth is never easy or very rarely, and the contractions, and then there's the final push, and that's really what we hope with this war, that it's the final push, and we will see the baby, we will see the Moshiach revealing himself, and finally enter into a world where we have succeeded in being part of those who brought light, because this is going to be our glory, to have been part of those who brought Hashem to the awareness of people, to brought more of Hashem's awareness and love into the world. And my bracha to all of us, to all of you, and God willing, we should be able to see that this year, Leshana Hazot, Yerushalayim, not Leshana Haba, Leshana Hazot. This year in Yerushalayim, all together dancing in the streets like never before, and I can't wait to sing and dance with all of you. All right, have a beautiful night. Shabbat Shalom, and we'll continue with more Torah hopefully soon, and stay inspired. We have to stay inspired all the time. All right, good night, everyone.
Good night. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.